Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Avernum, Escape from the Pit. We were messing around, learning about the castle, getting recognized by the powerful people, and now we're outside of Patrick's Tower. We've heard of Patrick as being one of the, super awesome wizards that is responsible for Avernum existing, basically, as a civilization, rather than a collection of mostly dead people. So, let's check out and see if we can go into his tower. All seekers of knowledge are welcome. I seek knowledge, let me in. Alright, he's got his own guards. Picked a lock. Yeah. Not big on stealing things. Never know when there's an invisible guardian around. Guards. Archers. Marco, you're someone to talk to. A big, beefy guy with a flushed face bustles around. He's stirring something up in a bowl. What are you cooking? I'm making dinner right now. He proffers the bowl. Want a taste? Sure. He gives you a spoonful of some sort of pasta sauce with cavewood fruit used in place of tomatoes. It tastes hideous. Marco notes your reaction. Not quite there yet. I'm having trouble with the ingredients. What ingredients do you need? I was a cook on the surface before my big mouth landed me down here. Since then, I've been trying to make a good pasta sauce, but I just can't seem to get the ingredients to make it work. If someone could bring me some decent oil or some garlic, well, I'm just dreaming. He returns to his work. They didn't give us a quest, but, maybe we'll find some anyway. Captain Granby. A soldier with one leg and a bitter, angry expression hobbles about the halls. He supports himself with a polished cavewood cane. Are you the captain of the guard here? I am. I'm the captain of the tower guard. Big honor, huh? You don't sound too honored. He gives you an ugly smile. It's my big reward. Years of service above ground. But someone wants my post, plays a few tricks, and gets me down here. Join the army down here, lead a charge on the Nephilim fort, and... He looks at his leg. I end up at the tower. What's wrong with this tower? The Tower of Patrick. Far away from anything important and everything interesting. Guarding books. Books! Oh, just go away. I'm sick of all of you. Alright, well that guy's not happy. Okay. There's another way into the tower. Way down. Let's not do that yet. Don't know. Yeah, you never know what's under a wizard's tower. Yeah, that could be bad. Here's a room. Stuff that I'm not going to steal. Nope. Alright. Library of Avernum. Okay. There is a series of small bookshelves here, protected by thin sheets of glass. The glass must have been brought down from the surface. Seeing actual books again is a surprisingly moving sight. They are incredibly rare down here. Books. I want to read them. There is a thick book on this pedestal. The thick papyrus pages are covered with dense, strange writing. Try to decipher it. The tome is a fairly simple spellbook. It's mainly here to provide training in the less complicated magical rituals. You can take some satisfaction in how far you've progressed beyond these basic lessons, which means it was useless to me. Grand. There's Kai. What's up, Kai? You meet a black man. Really? You're just gonna straight up tell me that he's a black man? Okay. You meet a black man with very short hair and clothes made for easy traveling. He is crumbling dried herbs into a bubbling pot. When you get close, he says, "Please step lightly. Too many vibrations will spoil the mixture." He finishes adding the herbs and lets out a little sigh of relief. No explosion. Good. Now, I can deal with you. I am Kai, alchemist of Patrick's Tower. What do you need? Where did all these books come from? Many places. They were not teleported down here. They were smuggled. Some of them were written by us. Some are copies of books on the surface, copied from memory. Creating this library was quite an accomplishment. We are impressed, truly. Thank you very much. What are you making? At the moment, glue to rebind some of our books. Don't worry, I have permission. They let you do alchemy so near the books? Only a small set of recipes, and mostly those that are needed to maintain the library. I am very careful. Well, why don't you move your workshop? Because the lower chambers, where my work should be done, have all been claimed by Lethe for whatever he's doing. Alright, I have questions. Do you do alchemical research? Some, as much as I am allowed. I came here all the way from Phwop to study the scrolls and learn how to make one particular mixture. Oh, what sort of mixture? Grey mold salve, a special, very powerful healing potion that I almost, but not quite, figured out how to make. He considers you. You seem to have some skill. If you could locate the recipe and teach me how to make grey mold salve, I could make it for you. I would even do so for free. Alright, well, where should I begin my hunt? I do have a suggestion. The main alchemist in the Tower of Magi, I've heard, knows how to make it. I forget his name, but I would go there next. Well, what is this? An incredibly strong healing potion. It cures disease and damage equally well. Grey mold is only found in deep cave systems, and it makes an excellent curative. Where can I find grey mold? Another difficult question. I heard rumors that a patch was found somewhere around Fort Emerald. You should ask there. Oh, I already learned how, apparently. I have talked to that dude in the tower. I learned how to make grey mold salve. At first, Kai is skeptical. Then, the more you explain, the more excited he gets. Yes, I think that would work. I'm impressed. Now, all we need is some grey mold, and I can create the salve for you. We already asked this. I'd like you to make a potion. So we can get, what can we get? Armor elixir. I don't really need anything right now, so we'll come back. Alright, you went up a level. Let's go ahead and deal with that. Let's give you some strength. Let's level up that. And well, I guess we should do this then. Okay. Other people shouldn't be far behind in leveling up. This library is filled with scrolls. All of them are written on leather and crude paper of the sort made down here, the words painstakingly formed with inks made of moss and charcoal. Though they are crude, that they are here at all, and in such quantity, is amazing. Books! There's Rita. Let's read the books first. Describing the details of it's the Dewey Decimal System here. It's not helpful because we're not looking for any particular books. Again, try to decipher the writing. This tome is a work in progress. It's about the rule of King Micah, wise and popular first king of Avernum. It describes his leadership when driving the demons from Avernum, clearing it for human occupation. It lists his accomplishments in banding the humans together and inspiring them to build a nation out of the darkness. It covers the 40 years of Micah's rule, and of course, since Micah is still alive, it isn't done yet. The book seems surprisingly honest and sometimes critical. Having seen only the sort of books that Emperor Hawthorne allows on the surface, this is very surprising. Alright, Rita, what's your deal? A young blonde woman sits at the table, reading intently. Books are stacked all around her. She picks each one up, flips through it, shakes her head, makes a little disgusted noise, and tosses it aside. Finally, she looks up at you. It is good to have a break from wasting my time. I am Rita the Sage, and you look like adventurers. Just the sort of people I can make use of. God, that's all that people ever think, just use us. You said that you could make use of me? And wink, wink, hint, hint. I can, very much so. You are an adventurer, yes? wandering the deep tunnels and fighting demons and some such. Well, there is a dragon to the north, a pest. Lives near the giants. The name is Pyrog. I believe she has magical papers. If you wish to serve Avernum, find them and bring them to me before others can grab them. Who else is looking for these tomes? Agents of the Empire eager to destroy them, and those who have ambition to make their own nation in the underworld. The papers would be far better in our hands. And I will be rewarded. Yes, of course. With both money and such scrolls as we make here. We can pay less than others, I admit, but know that you would be serving Avernum. I don't have to give the papers to you. You don't, but you should. It would be a good thing for you to do. If I might ask, what are you reading? She smiles broadly. I have been honored with the privilege of studying under Patrick in his libraries. I read in an attempt to advance magical knowledge of Avernum. But most such books are worthless. Few gems in the manure. It's been difficult work, as Patrick hasn't been involved in the work. What do you know about Patrick? His wife, Hathwisa, is gravely ill. She's been so for some time. And when she dies, I don't think Patrick will live longer either. And we'll be on our own. Could I help cure her? Perhaps. You should speak with Patrick about that. What topic are you researching? When I must not sort through the waste? Magical items. There are few of these down here, but several sorts of magical charms have been found, and I'm trying to tell what they do. I'm working on a certain necklace now. It's slow work, but I keep at it. She starts looking around. I have written a paper on several other sorts of necklaces. It's here somewhere. Alright, so we know some stuff. Here's Patrick. A tired, bent old man sits in the throne. His rich robes hang loosely from his thin frame. He seems very weary and alone. When you approach his massive desk, he looks up, but barely seems to see you. Decades in Avernum have left this once powerful wizard a shade of his former self. Still, he maintains a sense of courtesy. I welcome you to my tower, traveler. I am Patrick Padraig, and this is the center of learning and is my home. This is where I live. My battles are long done. You said your battles are done? What did you fight? His gaze grows distant. Oh, that was long ago. I was one of a group of Magi who formed the society, who made it possible. We first had to defeat the demon Grahoth. I helped lead the attack. I sealed him in Akranath, his prison. How did you imprison Grahoth? Oh, it doesn't matter. Not anymore. He's gone, and his foul fort lies in ruin, and sealed forever. Tell me about Akranath. Ah, yes, an unpleasant memory. That was Grahoth's fortress, once. It is east of here and west of the Tower of Magi, beyond much lava. We sealed it after it was destroyed. Many horrors are trapped inside that dire fort. What sort of treasures are hidden in Akranath? There is little but ruin and rubble. Oh, and a royal seal of the Empire. One of the warriors of the first expedition had one when Grahoth trapped him there. If you had use for such a thing, it would be there. I would like to explore Akranath. Can you help me? I would help you, but first I am desperate, and there is something I need. You must cure my wife of her disease, and then I will tell you how to enter Akranath. What's the matter with your wife? She is very ill. If she were given some grey mold salve, it may well cure her, but I haven't seen any of it for a very long time. If someone could cure her, I would reward them, but until a miracle happens, we all just wait. Okay. This tower is an amazing place. Is it not? It was truly an effort to assemble all of these books and scrolls. People come here from all over Avernum to learn about magic, about history, about sciences. This tower is the center of civilization in Avernum. You are a wizard. Can you train me? I am far past my apprentice-taking days. I am old and tired. I cannot help you. Are you in charge of this fine tower? Yes, I am. Once I fought, then I built. Now I just wait. Oh, how I wait. How long have you been in Avernum? Since Avernum began. What did you build? I was one of the triad that ruled the Tower of Magi for many years. We, and those under us, wrote most of the books of magic you will find in these libraries down here, pouring forth our memories of magical secrets onto crude, handmade paper. Thanks to that task, our art flourishes down here. I also led some research. What sort of research were you involved in? His empty gaze suddenly focuses and he looks at you intently. On things it can bring great danger to know. Is there a particular specific fact you seek to learn? Nothing particular at the moment. I'm glad to hear it. There's little I can offer these days. I have faded. Where might I find Greymold Salve? Greymold Salve is the last hope she has. On the surface, it's the most powerful general cure for disease known. It's an amazing plant, but Greymold is rare, and hardly anyone down here knows how to make a proper salve from it. But if you can find some and save my wife, I will do for you all I can. Where should I begin my search? Speak with Kai. He is the alchemist of my tower. He may be able to direct you in your search, though I suspect it will be futile. Alright. So we know how to make it, now we just need to find some Greymold. Alright, this looks good. The desk contains the standard stationery, pens, etc. You search more carefully and find a button. Press it! When you press the button, a narrow section of stone in the west wall slides away. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, get out of my way, barrier. Yeah, that's right. There are several dusty books on this pedestal. However, you can't make any sense out of their contents. They're mainly obscure notes from obscure experiments. Nothing which could help you. I feel like that wasn't behind a barrier for no reason. It's going to be part of a quest at some point. Oh, there's Hathwisa being sick. I'm not going to bother the sick lady, even after I just busted into her room like that. Alright, let's go downstairs. They said there was a dude down here. I don't see a dude. You pass through this subterranean garden, rich with the smells of algae and mold. A few of the plants growing in the trays spit tiny harmless thorns as you pass. Someone is breeding dangerous carnivorous fungi. And then you hear clay breaking. The pots around the edge of the room shatter, one after another. Plants tower from the wreckage, alerted by the vibrations of your footsteps. There is a long pause. Perhaps there is something you could have done to tell them that they shouldn't attack? If there is, it doesn't happen. They attack. That was a weird sentence. Okay, well, great. Submission fungi. I feel like you are the one that I should deal with first. There's a magical barrier over there. We'll deal with that soon enough. Oh yeah, he's got everything. For a short time, your attacks will come at far greater speed. Let's try this out. Alright, well that one has a delay before it works, I can see. Let's see. Okay, good. I imagine the submission fungi might stun us or something, so I'm going to try and prevent us from that kind of thing happening. And luckily, I think we're a bit beyond what these fungi can do in terms of being a danger. Alright, why don't you finish off that one? Yeah, there's your level up. Why don't you finish off that one? Good. He's getting a little bit messed up. Alright. Ouch. No poison. Use our last javelin. We actually did something with it, which is a surprise. Alright. Guess heal yourself. Oh, come on. Alright. That's that. Okay, let's have her go up her level. Let's make her more endurant. Priest spells. First aid. Okay, there's a water passage. Lots of barriers. Alright, here's Arcanist Lethe. Dude, I messed up your funguses. There is a mage living here down in the tunnels under the tower. He is young and only slightly pale. He must have been sent down here only recently. His hands have green stains, probably from the plants and molds he's been raising. Who disrupts my solitude? I told Patrick that I would be left alone. He looks you over. Well, you are a warrior. I suppose that is impressive. I am Arcanist of the Third Circle, Lethe. Were those your plants that tried to kill me? They were. You should not have bothered them. Now I have to grow replacements. Arcanist of the Third Circle? That was my title as an officially sanctioned mage of the Empire. A lofty position, in case you didn't know. What was your specialty? Magic with plants. Curing blights, creating new species, and so on. That is one small consolation of being sent down here. Your flora is fantastic. Why were you sent down here? I accessed forbidden knowledge, I admit it. I should have waited the few years it would have taken to reach the Fifth Circle, but tomes of that level were far too tempting. What are you making here? New, powerful varieties of flora. Research in this area has stagnated down here since crazy old Archmage Erica went off and became a hermit. Okay. Why are you down here? Honestly, I can't stand the sight of you Avernites. So docile, so sad, making your pathetic villages and hoping to be left alone. And what should we be doing? There is power down here. Raw, natural, magical power. In the stones, in the plants. Take it. Feed off it. Make a new nation greater than the one above. He shakes his head. But then, I suppose not all have my ambition. I don't think the Avernites lack ambition. Perhaps the people down here are wise in their own way. Oh, spare me. Weakness and wisdom can be mistaken for each other, but only by the weak. Now leave me. I need to breed replacements for the fine plants you senselessly butchered on your way in. I don't like you. I'm going to break your barriers, just so you know. Aw, damn it. I'm not good enough. Alright, well, I'm going to come back later and break your barriers, because I hate you. I'm going to steal your stuff. I'll kill your plants again. See if I don't. Alright, so that guy was a dickhead. So, we need to find gray mold salve. Or gray mold. No, goddammit. Let me out. Okay. So, bunch of things that we can do. Fort Remote. That's a great name. What are you? Hey, come here. Group of Avernite soldiers patrolling the road. At least you think they're Avernite soldiers. Their armor bears the proper sun insignia. However, their weapons and armor are terribly maintained. They are filthy and painfully unwashed. When they are close enough to get a good look at you, they silently step off the road to let you pass. Approach and talk to them. When you turn to speak with them, they instantly get nervous. Their response to your question is quiet, indistinct muttering, and they have nothing to ask you in return. They can't keep their eyes off your weapons. Eventually, you give up and move on. That was weird. Alright, let's find something else interesting to do. This hill is a gigantic fumarole. Boiling, steaming, sulfurous water shoots from many narrow crevices and pours down to the south. The ground is covered with thick yellow deposits. The air reeks of rotten eggs. Someone has built a hut at the top of this hill. You aren't sure who would choose to live in a place like this. Someone who doesn't want to be visited. Is this like Greymoor Sal sitting on the ground? Silverlock. Hey. There is a small tower set at the top of this hill, looking down on the sulfurous marshes below. It is surrounded by a small, neat mushroom garden. Patches of brightly colored mold and lichen brighten up the walls and paths. The plants grow very well in this smelly, harsh environment. Knock on the door. A striking woman with a broad smile and long, braided, snowy white hair opens the door. Ah, customers. It's been so long. I'm Silverlock. Come in for tea and sample my wares. You won't be disappointed. Okay. Why would I randomly attack her? The witch sits you down with tea and cookies and chats brightly with you for an hour or two. The cookies are made of a crushed, dried mushroom without the benefit of anything resembling sugar. Ick. Then she drags out her supply of potions and tries to sell them to you. They bubble and hiss in their ceramic flasks. Energy elixir is probably worth it. So I will buy those. And we're off. There's a garbage old hut. There were once several farms here. Now only blasted ruins remain. Fireball scars cover the ground, and the edible mushrooms have been overgrown by toadstools. You aren't sure who wiped out this village, but a broken slith spear you find among the rubble gives you a hint. Okay. Right. So I think our next thing should be to try and deal with the slith. Next big project. Got a healing elixir. Let's see what this gate is. It's like a gate to Slithlands. This is Fort Emerald. Okay. It's around here that gray mold was to be found, we're told. Let's look at the big map. Okay. There is Sistis. So it looks like we're going to need to go through Fort Emerald into this area. Okay, so the two Demon Slayer things are nearby us. Works of Magery. Okay. There's lots of stuff to do. Alright, let's go into Fort Emerald. You approach Fort Emerald, on the border between the lands of Avernum and the savage Slith Sarakai. When the guards see that you're human, they open the portcullis and let you through. How would I be not human on this side? Check out around here. Oh, that looks bad. God damn it. I can't get rid of a lot of these barriers. Makes me sad. Keep out. Nope. The Quartermaster of Fort Emerald is a balding, pudgy man. He moves crates of supplies around at an almost glacial pace. I'm Moe. Nothing to spare. Don't even ask. Okay. What are you doing with those crates? Huh? Oh, I'm the Quartermaster. I'm looking in them to see if there's anything useful I missed. The answer is always no. What's a Quartermaster? He asked stupidly. I keep track of supplies and stuff. Get stuff in, hand it out. I hate it here. Why do you hate it here? The constant attacks, for starters. I was at Fort Remote. I liked it there. Then they transferred me. Where is Fort Remote? Far to the west. The most boring fort in Avernum. Guarding a bunch of empty tunnels. Well, almost empty. There's a big drake living in there. It never attacks, so we just wait. Much better than here. Here it is dangerous. Real dangerous. Alright, fine. Don't want to talk to you. Silverio and Captain Scarlet. An old woman with long, snowy white hair sits cross-legged on the ground in front of you. She's staring into the large, glowing emerald that stands in the middle of the courtyard. When you get close, she says, without turning to look at you, "I am Silverio. Join me. Stare into the stone. Feel the peace it brings." Why are you staring into that emerald? She emits a long, world-weary sigh. "To rest. It must be done from time to time. I defend and serve Avernum as best I can. I know something of your travels. We fight the same fights." How do you know of my travels? We Magi keep track of events and significant visitors. Helps keep us all alive. And what fight would that be? She smiles sadly and peers into the huge gem. "Against whoever is handy. I fight the Sliths because we need to if we are to survive. Once long ago I fought demons. I prefer Sliths, even though their attacks are near constant." What demon did you fight? You may have heard of it. There was once a demon called Grahoth. He lived in a fort beyond a sea of lava to the southeast, once. I was an apprentice then. The fort is still there, shattered with some demon trapped in it, forever. And there's treasure there as well. What sort of treasure would demons have? She thinks. Most of the fort was shattered when Grahoth fell, just a pool of lava and basalt rubble. But one thing I remember. There was a body frozen in stasis, a man from the surface wearing a royal seal of the Empire above. It was a horrid and bizarre sight. I'm glad we sealed the place up. The seal sounds useful. How can I enter this fort? You should speak to Roan and Patrick. They are two mighty wizards. They sealed up the fort. They are elsewhere in the Great Cave. Speak with them. Tell me about the emerald. It is a powerful magic installation. When you stare into it and meditate, magical energy is rapidly restored. The magic is in its placement, though. If it is removed, the power will be gone. Who created it? I'm not sure. I believe it was X of the Triad. He specializes in mysterious magic that nobody can duplicate. You can't move the emerald. Not if the power is to be maintained. The emerald doesn't contain the magic. It only focuses and draws it out. This place possesses powerful, raw, natural energies that must be tapped. Do you serve here? No, this is but one step on a long journey. I am traveling to see Archmage Erica. I only hope that she will see me. Tell me about her. She is the greatest mage in Avernum, a hermit, cursed, or so the rumor has it. Her skill and hatred of the Empire are legendary. If anyone wishes to truly achieve something in Avernum, one route to that goal is to see her. If you are brave and ambitious, I recommend it. I would like to meet her. Silverio points out a location on your map. That is where I believe her tower lies. I wish you a safe journey. Now, I must return to my preparation. I have a long journey ahead. You meet a serious-looking woman with long, curly brown hair and the smooth, sharp movements of a natural fighter. She paces the fort, surveying everything with a cool, analytic stare. She is a very small person, well less than 5 feet tall, but the wicked axe hanging from her belt makes her seem much taller. She claps you on the shoulder, somehow. I don't know how that's going to work. She's so short. "Welcome, warrior. You look like you have a way with a blade. I am Captain Scarlet. This fort is mine." Are you in charge here? Yes, I am the commander of Fort Emerald. What's it like commanding a small fort like this? It has not been easy. I defended against the raids and sent a few sorties out in return. I have also kept an eye on Nas. What's Nas? town to the west, populated by friendly Sliths. She says the word friendly with a voice choked with derision. They say that they hate the Sliths that attack us, but the Sliths only attack us and not them. Well, this fort guards against all Sliths. Maybe some of those bastards aren't twisted. I'll believe it when I see it. Have there been many raids? Yes, they come fast and furious. First, the ice lances, then the curses and slow spells, then the charge. Our north wall gets battered as fast as we can repair it, but we hang on. Where do you send the sorties? The Sliths have a fort to the north, and our mages often slip up there to pump firestorms into it. We'll take it soon. When we do that, we'll have a straight shot at the island. What's on the island? The main Slith castle and their leader, Sithis, are on the island. It's to the east of their small fort to the north, and can only be reached by boat. We could win this war if we could just get straight shot at the castle, and we will soon. Anything I can do for you? She bristles at this. What? You think I can't defend my own fort without begging for aid from adventurers and mercenaries? I promise you, we are fully capable here without you. Alright, fine. Goodbye. Alright. Anything else here? Barracks. Liaison Randall. Let's stop the episode here before we chat with any more people. We are now in Fort Emerald. I think I want to focus on going to those 2 Demon Slayer locations marked on the map so I can get that sorted out. It'd be great to have a nice legendary weapon, yeah? And so, hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you had, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to see more adventuring in Avernum, then please subscribe to my channel. If you're not going to do either of those things, then of course, I don't care what you do.